Thank you everyone for being here. President Harry S. Truman once said, once a government is committed to the principle of silencing the voice of opposition, it has only one way to go, and that is down the path of increasingly repressive measures until it becomes a source of terror to all its citizens and creates a country where everyone lives in fear. If you've been keeping up with the happenings in other countries, you know that we're not alone in the government overreach that we're experiencing. Just look to Australia for an example. Draconian lockdowns, including limited time outdoors, surveillance systems that track their locations, quarantine camps, and COVID passports. We can see clearly what our future looks like should we continue to allow our freedoms to be eroded. This is the tyranny our forefathers warned us about. That is why they gave us the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Those rights are not a gift given to us by those who govern us, but rather they are rights held by us, you and I, we the people. The Declaration of Independence states that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. When I was young, a close friend of our family was a woman who had survived the Holocaust. She spoke of it often, and she warned me about how insidiously it happened. It creeped up on them so slowly that they didn't realize the horrors they were headed for until it was too late to stop it. She warned me of all the small, seemingly harmless measures that preceded the atrocities that shocked the world. I was a teenager then, and I brushed it off, thinking that it could never happen in this country. She's gone now, and I wish I could thank her for giving me the discernment to see what's happening around us. Our country's in peril. I think we can all see and feel it, but we have the ability to turn this around. Our window of opportunity is right now. It will take all of us doing our part, and it starts at a local level. It will require us to be uncomfortable at times, and it will require us to make sacrifices. The good news is that we outnumber those seeking to rule us, and that gives us more power than we realize. A great example of this is from July 1st of this year. Moscow's mayor declared a vaccine passport system for the city, and the citizens crushed it in only 3 weeks' time. They simply refused to participate. The really beautiful thing about this was that all the vaccinated people stood in solidarity with the unvaccinated. They let their hair grow out, they skipped going to bars or restaurants, they didn't go to the movies, stay in hotels, or anything else that required a vaccine passport. Business trickled to nearly zero at all establishments. Suddenly, angry business owners from all over the city were calling the mayor. They were going broke and they were mad as hell. On July 19th, the mayor made a sudden surprise announcement canceling the vaccine passport, making the hilarious excuse that suddenly case rates were under control. But everyone knew the truth. It was a massive case of civil disobedience. All they said was, any business that wants to see a vaccine passport from me is not getting any of my money. And that is how it's done. What we must realize is that we are at war for our own bodily autonomy, at war for our basic freedoms. If we do not retain the right of deciding what goes inside of our own bodies, we no longer have freedom. We are slaves to whatever else they want to push on us, and they are coming for our children next. It has already begun. Earlier this week, Portland Public Schools announced that they are considering mandating the COVID vaccine for all children ages 12 and up. So I would ask you this, where is your red line? At what point do you say no more? The longer we wait, the harder it will be. Do you think it will be any easier at the second, third, or fourth booster shot? How about when they mandate it for all of our children? We must act like warriors. We must unite and stand our ground. Peaceful non-compliance will win this battle. It may be a bumpy ride, but it will be so worth it. We owe it to our fellow man, our children, and our grandchildren to stop this in its tracks, to give them the ability to grow up enjoying freedom rather than living under tyranny. So stand firm, speak truth, pray for discernment and guidance, not only for yourself but for those around you, and refuse to comply. You are not alone. We can do this together. United we stand, divided we fall. May God bless you, and may God bless America.